What's up, everybody? Welcome to Snail Mail. Hopefully your volume was not all the way up on your speakers just now.
Yeah, sorry. Apologize for blowing your speakers.
Yeah. Jimmy blows speakers. I guess I blew the speakers, huh?
You did there.
I'm blowing speakers. Yeah. Anyways, this is Snail Mail. We may end up doing a few of these. We'll see. Because, we've been hovering like between 20 and 25 voicemails for pretty much like since we launched Snail Mail.
Kind of. We got up into the teens one time. We've always trying to get up like low teens. We got up at 13 or something like that.
Ideally, we'd like to be around 2 to 3 weeks.
Ideally, we'd like to be within 1 to 2 weeks.
1 to 2 weeks, I guess.
Of when you guys call in.
Yeah.
But so what are we at now?
42.
42?
42 voicemails.
What happened?
I don't know.
Why did we blow?
I have no
Are
clue.
people like 2 weeks behind and then listen to the voicemail or the one where we get like almost caught up and then just blew us up?
I don't know. I honestly don't know why the spike all of a sudden. I wonder if I can look at dates and times of when they all came in.
Is there like one day
12,
where like 10 of them came in?
20, 22, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. A lot of June 23s and 25s.
And what? 23s
so what
and
episode
25s?
Launched on the 23rd and 25th? Oh, 27th has a lot too.
Okay.
So 23, 25, and 27. We're curious here.
Well, tell me. It only says days ago unless I go to the website.
Well, 23, 25. Off-road safety tips launched on the 23rd.
Oh, good.
There goes my phone.
So that would be, there's going to be a lot of people calling in about that. A lot of other tips, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And then the 3.5 million acres of public lands sell off was on the 26th. So I wonder if people are calling about that one.
Maybe.
And your power steering was on that day too. So, interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out
eventually. Yeah. All right. So let's get started here, shall we? See if we can make a dent in these.
Yeah. Then we might have some rapid fire answers.
Maybe. We got Brian Boondocks.
Cool.
Brian Boondocks in North Carolina. So here we go. Kicking us off.
What's up, guys? This is Brian, Boondock Hamerloc from North Carolina, East Coast Brian. Don't know if you remember, called in once before. I am calling in regards to something that Jimmy seems to be quite passionate about, and that is bringing stray cats into his home. Well, my wife is also passionate about that, and to give you a little bit of a backstory, when we got married and moved in, she brought 2 cats, I had 2 cats, and she had a 50-pound pitty named Cassia. Since then, I have had one of my cats pass away. She has had one of her cats pass away. So that leaves us with my cat, Benson, who is 14, her cat, Muffin, who is 13, and Cassia, the pitty, who is 12. Cassia's favorite things in the world are cats. They are her best friends. So when the 2 passed away, she was lonely, decided that one rainy night 2 years ago, she would find a stray cat that fit in the palm of my hand in a bush in the rain. So my wife decided that cat had to come in the house, and the dog decided that cat had to come in the house. Well, we named him Walter, and he's had his shots, and he's been neutered. And just to kind of ease your mind with the cat being loud at night, well, it's been 2 years, and he's still loud. He decides that between the hours of 2:30 and 4:30, our house is a drag strip. And he also will decide to howl at all the ghosts in the house, or he's lost. We can't figure out which one it is, because if we say, hey, Walter, we're in here, he will come running in and then come sleep on the bed.
Yeah.
So, we got that going for us. Also, the reason you're finding mice in your bed is not because they're done playing with them, is because they catch them and take them to you as a gift to say, hey, look what I brought you. I'm a good cat. I can catch mice. Here is my trophy. Anyway, keep crawling.
My cat gets lost.
Mine does too.
We're 100% certain he's just lost because he'll go howling through the house and same thing. He'll be, Miko, we're in here. And he comes trotting on in. And
Yep. The new cat.
Okay.
Same thing. The OG cat, or Skylar. Now everybody's going to know our pet names.
I know, right?
Right? Not my name for Tyler. But the first cat, Skylar, sleeps on the mini assistant's bed. Like as soon as the mini assistant goes to sleep, the cat jumps up there and Skylar sleeps there all night long and stays on that bed. The new cat, Boots, seriously gets lost in the house or something. And we're like, Boots, we're over here. And then like comes trotting in. I think they just get lonely.
Yeah. And
they're looking for somebody. And as soon as you acknowledge them, they like, oh, happy. Somebody's awake. And then you fall back to sleep. Since this release or this voicemail, we've had Boots spayed. Husman corrected me. I kept saying spaded. And he said, I'm pretty sure it's one. It's not past tense. That like spade is the past tense still. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that sounds better.
It's like geese and geese, or gooses and
geese.
No, that's not the right analogy.
Anyways, the cat has been spayed and she has shut up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like 100% different cat. Like super quiet, very lazy, nonchalant. It's been a few weeks. Like, I think you have to leave the cone of shame, but we bought a onesie for the cat.
Okay.
So that the cat could lick
to her stitches.
Yeah. Can't get to her stitches, but can lick and move her head and look around and not get spooked out about things. And the onesie worked great, except the cat would gnaw on the onesie. And eventually it was like, it barely made it 2 weeks. And we bought 2 of them because we would switch them out every few days and wash them and clean them up. And one of them barely made it the 2 weeks. But anyways, since then it's been 2 weeks. The cat is running around without the onesie on anymore, and it is not howling all the time. It's walking around quiet, sleeping a lot. At night it does still get the zoomies occasionally, but not nearly what it was. So I don't know what's up with your cat there, Brian, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Spade solved a lot of the problems. No more spraying, like nothing, like a complete change of cat.
Nice.
So,
so in the famous words of Bob Barker, get your pet spayed and neutered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now we're slowly introducing her to the outside.
Cool.
Yep.
Sweet. Brian Boondock's called back.
Okay.
So let's see. It's a quick one.
All right. Perfect.
Also, just wanted to give you some context. It is June 6th, and the last I heard, you had like 23 voicemails. So I'm not sure when you're getting to this, but at least now I figure a month and a half. We'll see.
So recording this is July 1st.
So, almost a month.
Almost a month.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for the context there.
Yep. Next up is Florida Frank.
All right.
He's got a couple of medium length ones. We'll see on separate days.
Okay. But they're like back to back to back?
No, just two voicemails, but not back to back. They're just a couple days.
Okay.
Apart.
Got it.
Here we go.
Cool. Frank.
Hey there, Jimmy and Tyler. It's Florida Frank here, calling about episode 609. I guess another of my alias is William Eck. 5 years on here. And just have a couple aliases. William Eck, Frank Eck, Florida Frank, and Mud Raider. You guys know about Mud Raidering the gear wrench tool thing, and I won that. He called all my entries. He Mud Raidered that. So, I guess I have 4 aliases with you guys. Just don't tell the FBI or any of them. They probably know anyway. But that's all. Keep calling.
Google knows. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, sure.
That's funny. I did not realize. I knew Florida Frank and Mud Raider are the same person.
Yes.
I did not realize that William Eck and Frank Eck are the same person as well.
Yes.
I did not. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure I talk with William, quote unquote, William Eck all the time. And I didn't realize it's Florida Frank.
On Instagram? Yeah. But we did have a confusion on one of the listeners. We thought one of the beer. What is it? Beekeeper Frank was
Beekeeper Frank. Yeah.
Florida Frank, but we were confused about that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Well, thanks for clarifying all that, Florida Frank.
Yeah. Here we go. He's calling back.
All right.
This one I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Jimmy and Tyler. This is Florida Frank calling about episode 610 and trail tokens. I am offering up myself to put them out for Florida. Personally, I'm within 45 minutes of 2 different national forests with lots of trails.
Nice.
The Ocala National Forest and the Osceola National Forest. And I have a few trips down to Croom and Richloam and other parts of the Withlacoochee State Forest. I'll be hitting up the woods a lot this summer. And who better to not allow to win the Good Wrench Prize than the guy who won the first big Gear Wrench Prize? Yeah, this guy. I mud raided that thing, yeah. Well, something to think about. And Jimmy, you know how to get a hold of me. If I can make this presence for you guys over here on this part of the East Coast and the Gulf of America, let me know. Keep crawling. Land Rovers suck.
Nice. Yeah, Frank, I believe I've had a few people reach out to me recently that are interested in tokens. We need to redesign the whole thing. My small tweak of a redesign of the token works, but we're kind of slightly rethinking about how to do the whole thing. So we need to do a redesign of the tokens totally. In regards to tokens, I hid one this weekend. Nice. And I sent a few of them down to Robert Hogue, Weld's Taco, and he went out into the Big Bear area this last weekend, and he hid some down there as well. Yeah. So they're getting out there. I need to change the design that's we're currently using and tweak it. I think I'm going to throw a QR code on there and make a page on the website that the QR code will go to, and then it'll give you the instructions about what to do. And then on the token, because a lot of times you might not have web service, it'll be like, take this token home. Yeah. Or something like that. So we just need to redesign it, make it a little simpler, and get with some other companies possibly to sponsor some of these things. Yep.
I was out on the Rubicon for pretty much like 5 days last week.
Yeah.
I didn't have any tokens.
Nope. I thought about giving you one.
I was in a lot of different places on the trail too, and some really cool places that would be neat to have people find a token at. So.
Yeah, for sure. We'll figure this out.
Yep.
All
right. Next up is our resident Toyota lover.
Oh,
Donnie.
Nice.
Let's see how much he loves Toyotas today.
Hey, boys.
Hi, Don.
Rover Don here.
Hi, Donnie.
Listening to your Would You Rather episode. And Jimmy, I know you're saying radios aren't art. And you're right. But they aren't science either, because RF is just like voodoo and black magic. That shit just ain't right. Mm-hmm. Ask anybody who's an RF engineer. Those people are weird, because you got to be wrong in the head to understand RF. So you're wrong, but you're not wrong. It's just, not right. It's just its own thing. Anyway, with that, you should keep crawling, and we'll find better hiding spots later.
That's funny. Yeah, so it's not art, but it's also not
science.
Yeah, it's a magic. So it's just another
unicorn
thing.
Farts. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
Ken Hauer asked me how the Morphlate works to A, automate the air system, and B, inflate and deflate everything at the same time. And I said, it's unicorn farts. That's all you need to know about.
Yeah, perfect.
And he's like, okay, cool. So it's like RF.
Pretty much.
Unicorn farts. Mm-hmm. All right. Zach from Oklahoma.
Yeah, Zach.
What's Zach up to today? Or I guess a while ago.
What's up, Jimmy and Tyler? I just shipped a package to y'all. I sent it to the Morphlate warehouse, but honestly, you'll probably get the package before y'all get to this voicemail anyways.
You are correct, sir.
Box of license plates. Hope y'all enjoy the doodles on the side of the box and on the postcards. But yeah, y'all keep crawling. I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah, we got the doodles right here. If anybody's watching this in the YouTube's land, the doodles are up here on the Jeep and Jimmy chair. So
yeah, we got them. We got the license plates. We really appreciate them, Zach. Thank you very much. You probably heard that episode, but those super old ones are really neat. Yeah, we're excited about those.
Next up, we're on a rapid go through here. We got Jerry from SoCal.
Oh, I don't know. First time caller, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't recognize that name.
Yeah, he's 30 minutes from Hammer, so we'll see what he says.
All right.
Hey, it's Jeremy from SoCal. High desert down here, but 30 minutes from the Hammers. Hey, you guys are overthinking the trail rating thing. It's just 2 digits. First one is what the car is rated at, car to truck, 0 being your Honda, 9 being, your Hammers bouncer? I don't know. Then 0 after 9 for trails. So you got a 0 and a 0. That's your Honda Civic on a dirt road. Your 9 and 9, I don't know, vertical wall. Keep it simple. It's easier.
I agree.
Yeah, but how do you take into account driver skill? Because I mean, I could take a Honda Civic a lot of places.
Right. Yeah. So. We've taken a Chevy. I don't even remember what it was, but it was a Chevrolet 2-wheel drive sedan out into Pismo.
Nice. Yeah.
But I mean, that's probably a 1 versus 9 scenario or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that it's not as easy to figure out how to rate the vehicle.
Yeah.
Because there's so many factors of rating a vehicle that, just saying, oh, I went from 31s to 42s. Now my vehicle's a 9, because every inch you enlarge your tires, you gain 1 point. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, how do you could say you have a buggy, but what does that entail? Like a dune buggy? What is it? There's different types of buggies too. So I agree. I think simpler would be better, but I don't think that simpler is going to give you an accurate idea of what this trail involves, right? If someone's looking at it who's never been on the trail before, what are they getting themselves into? I think it's definitely better than a 1 through 5 or 1 through 10 rating as it is that we currently have, or like do we have? The green, medium, and black diamond, double black diamond. We have the ski ratings, which I think is a 4-level system.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Green, circle, blue, square, black diamond, double black diamond.
Yeah. So
am I missing one?
I'm not a skier, so I'm guessing 4. The double digit system is a lot better, an improvement on the 4 option system.
Yeah.
But I think that it could still be improved. It's just, how do you make it conceptualized easy for somebody who's never seen the system before?
Sure. Yeah. And in my mind, it's how do you rate your vehicle without being biased and not putting in an hour on a website you have to enter all your calculations into so it spits out a number.
Yeah. So thanks for the call. I think it was Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, that's what you heard?
I heard Jeremy.
Okay, the voice to text said it was Jerry. So
Jeremy from
SoCal.
Yep. Thanks for calling in.
Yep.
And we agree.
Yeah. Simpler would be better. I just don't know if it's feasible.
Not quite sure how to do it.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Ken from Wyoming.
This
is Ken from Wyoming. You mentioned the 559. I am also a former Visalian. Grew up there. And I was just reminiscing about the donut shop. You know, the donut shop that used to sell, or started selling tri-tip sandwiches. Those things were so good. I think it was on Linwood and 198 or something like that. But I ate that at place so many times. Anyway, just remembered a fun part of Visalia. I wouldn't wish to visit maybe otherwise, but have a good one.
I didn't know about a donut shop that started selling tri-tip sandwiches especially in Linwood 198. The donut shop that I always went to, in high school, I worked at a Walgreens.
Okay.
For like 5 years.
Okay.
So like high school and then the first couple of years at COS, College of Sequoias. And there was a donut shop right across the street and they had such amazing fresh made donuts every day. 24-hour donut shop.
Nice.
So Scott's Donuts. Holy crap. I just remember that name. Scott's Donuts. So Ken, if you remember Scott's Donuts, let me know.
Well, you do know that in Rockland, and it was either 2020. It was in the 2020s.
Uh-huh.
So like 2021, 2 or 3, I think it was.
Okay.
There's a donut shop that got rated best of the United States.
What?
Yeah. It's called Cinnamon and Donuts.
Really?
Yeah. And it was rated, by Yelp.
Okay.
So Yelp rated Cinnamon and Donuts in Rockland the best donut shop in the United States.
I wonder how much they paid for that.
I don't know. It's probably worth it because, man, they've had a line out their door ever since.
Really?
Yeah. I've never had one of them.
I've never heard of the place.
Yeah. That's funny.
Wow. Well, maybe we'll have to make a trip up there.
Sounds good.
All
Let's
right.
go eat donuts and record from there on a sugar high.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Cool. Thanks for calling in, Ken.
Yeah, we're on a roll. Number 9.
Yep. Number 9, we got Uncle Pool.
Uncle Pool. Miss you. I missed you this weekend.
I got to spend some time with him out at Rubathon this weekend.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Uncle Kevin here. Oh, man. It's been a while. A little too much to get caught up on. But I can tell or say one thing. CHP officers don't think Toyotas go fast. So I got pulled over doing 85, and I stopped. That's why I was getting pulled over. But apparently it was because I was wobbling so bad going down the road. He thought that maybe I might have been under the influence or whatever. But he just said that it was kind of funny. I was doing flow of traffic, sort of, maybe passing some people. Anyway, what caught his eye is I was wobbling, so he thought something was wrong. Anyway, I ended up getting a fix-it ticket. Man, those are expensive. Whatever happened to the $50 fix-it tickets? So I got mud flaps and fender flares. He told me my fenders were not adequate enough, which I need to add 8 inches to be legal. But according to him, I need to add 12 inches. So, yeah. So apparently I'm building fenders now. And after lots of research, I found out Vivor on Amazon sells a lawn edging that's 12 inches wide. And it's like a rigid plastic that's pretty flexible, and you can self-tap it to just about anything. $276 for a fix-it ticket.
Wow.
And we got 2 more weeks to comply with that. Kind of lame. But anyway, I thought I'd share that. It's pretty funny. 85 down the highway, and I was wobbling, but I only had like 15 PSI in the tires. There's a lot more for that story. Yeah, that was a fun day. But anyway, figured I'd share that. So make sure you guys are adequate enough. Even though the CHP officers have bro dozers in their parking lots with tires sticking out, they'll still ticket you.
Yep.
But anyway, you guys have a good one.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I mean, when they pulls you over and asks you if you're drunk or anything, you just tell them, have you ever driven a first-gen 4Runner 85 miles an hour on 43-inch tires? 40-inch, he's on 40s now.
40s now, yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunate because like when law enforcement pulls over people, especially I think CHP, how their system works, and SAC PD I think works the same way. When they pull somebody over, it triggers an automated thing in the CHP system saying that they pulled somebody over.
Okay.
And then they essentially have to do something with you. Otherwise, you can't just be pulling people over for no reason, right?
So there's no warnings? You can write a warning.
You can write it, but you have to do something, right?
Okay.
So
you can write a warning is your something.
I believe so.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. But like I'm pretty sure they get in trouble for pulling people over and not have anything happen.
Right.
Because that you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to harass the public as law enforcement. So, yeah. So if you get pulled over and what they thought they were pulling you over for was not an issue, then you can get a warning ticket or a fix-it ticket if you are egregiously outside of the vehicle code enforcement.
Yeah. See, there's a few things I disagree with in all of this, but I disagree with the fact that I mean, I understand it. I'm like tiptoeing this line right now. I disagree with the fact that like if a cop pulls you over that they have to do something like that's just not. That's not correct. I mean, but I also understand that they probably shouldn't be pulling you over if something's not going on.
Yeah.
So regardless, I feel that if they should be able to write in, like I had pulled this person over for drunk like in suspicion of drunk driving and they weren't drunk. Mm-hmm. But then that just goes down the rabbit hole of then they could just do.
Then why were they swerving?
Well, or they can pull everybody over and say that in a way. So I don't know the answer to why that would be, which way would be better. But I feel that they should, like, if you're not doing anything wrong and they pulled you over, then they should just let you go. And it's not write you a fix-it ticket, not do any of these things.
Yeah.
However, I do believe, because at one point I was getting pulled over so often in Bobcat that I went out and bought a vehicle code book. And it's a little dated now, but I don't know how often they update any of these rules.
Uh-huh.
The rule for your mud flaps is something along this line. If you drew a line from the bottom of your tire to your the bottom of your bumper, so you take this like diagonal line, the mud flap has to break that plane.
Yeah.
That's it. So in theory, you could probably do a 4-inch mud flap all the way back by your bumper.
Yep.
And it will fulfill the requirements of the vehicle code.
Yeah.
Here in California.
Yep.
That said, no cop's probably going to sign you off for that.
Yeah.
So another thing I was looking at, actually, I just lost a mud flap this last week. I don't know where it went. I pulled up onto the Rubicon. It's the spillway, and I had one mud flap on and I had one mud flap gone.
Yeah.
But there's a chunk of metal in where I slide the mud flap in.
Oh, so it broke off?
It broke off. Like
okay.
So at one point I was looking into mud flaps, and I was going to buy the trucker mud flaps that have that let the air through
Vents,
it. And they're designed for dualies.
Yep.
And so you could just buy one and cut it in half.
Yep.
And it's good enough for 2 tires.
Yeah.
So, but by now, Kevin, you've probably already had to fulfill this. So all that information doesn't really help you.
Yeah. Let's do one more, shall we?
Sure. One more. Let's do 10. 10
Uncle
this time.
Pool came back.
All right.
Let's see. This is the same day. So right away, actually. So let's see what he's got to say here. Probably another topic because he was like, I got a bunch to catch up on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey, Uncle Kevin again. I completely blanked why I even called earlier and got distracted because I was getting my ticket. Oh, man, I do that a lot. This ADH thing is it's a killer. Yeah, so been a little radio silence, but I've had a lot going on. I've been trying to keep in contact with Sean a little bit, but he knows, but a lot of shit moving around in the background. I'll be hitting the Rubicon at least. I'm hoping twice this year, but for a while it might be on hold. I get to legally keep the 4Runner now, so as of Tuesday, so that's pretty awesome. It's just once I get it running again, it won't be driving too much. I don't know. We'll see. I need some help from some people because since that's going to be my sole vehicle for everything, I'm talking towing and camping and daily driving and that one's going to be fun. So I need to figure out AC. I've got an LS, and I don't know. If anyone's got any input on that, I'd like to put AC back in this thing because the LS is cooking me out of there. And I need to figure out some kind of a dyno mat. I'm looking for opinions on that because I've currently gutted all the interior. It's just metal floorboard, but I need to put something back in there that'll hold up to your feet and stuff that will insulate it and sound deadening, whatever material. If anyone's got any cheap-ish recommended something good. And I got to quiet it down. I've already put 2 mufflers on it. It's still loud because the kids aren't liking the loudness, and I got to be able to take them everywhere. So that's my dilemma right now. Right now, I'm chopping up the NV4500 bell housing to make that fit with an internal slave cylinder. I think I sent Jimmy some info on that, but anyway, more to come. I got a couple more months before I can be out in the open, but anyway, I'm sure you guys know. It's been fun, but anyway, good times. if anybody's got any input on that stuff, that would be amazing, especially AC, because motor cooks me out of there. But anyway, hey, if you guys are at Rubathon, I should see you there, and I'm hoping to have the green 4Runner there, hopefully, on my little tires. So anyway, guys, steal your line. Keep crawling. Have fun.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Some good questions.
Yeah, AC. I mean, it's you need a condenser, a dryer, a pump, and you need what is that called?
Freon.
Oh well, that goes in it too. And there's one more part that's inside the dashboard, typically.
The blower.
The dehydrator, not the dehydrator. That's the condenser, the dryer, the pump, your Freon, your refrigerant, and oh my God. I can't think of the name of it. There's another part
in
there.
the dash.
Yeah. So
okay. Not the blower.
Correct. The blower is just part of your internal HVAC system. So, so you need those 4 parts, right? And then the refrigerant, in order to work. The trick is getting the bracket and pump you want for your LS that fits your LS. Everything else can be kind of put in different spots. You typically want your condenser to have airflow. That's why you put it up near your radiator in the front of the vehicle. But I mean, you can put it anywhere where you can get airflow. So yeah, your dryer is just a canister that can go pretty much anywhere. And then the 4th part, that's typically under your dashboard. That's where it gets really cold. All the refrigerant goes through there, gets really cold, and then the air from your blower blows over that. It's like a radiator, but a cold radiator instead of a hot one.
Sure.
And so that's how you get your AC system. I'm pretty sure you can put that anywhere too. It's just nice to put on your dashboard because that's where your blower is, because you have to route the blower over that part. So yeah, the trick really comes down to, do you have space under your dashboard with wherever your blower is?
Probably.
To route that in? Probably.
I mean, they had a factory version. Right?
Yep. So I just don't know if he's had to modify his firewall or anything for the LS.
Okay.
Right. So my problem is that my firewall is modified to put the 3.4 in where we located it. And so I have to modify that part that I can't remember the name of, in order to put in, the 4Runner in the stock location.
Got it.
But yeah, that's really what you need to find out. I don't know what AC pumps came on LSs, but I'm sure that information is very readily available, as well as the brackets available to put them on there. I'm sure Kevin's a smart enough dude who can probably build a bracket too.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's probably a whole bunch of AC pumps that came on those engines.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of finding which one will work best for you in a location and size packaging that will pull it off. But air conditioning is fairly simple. Now, Dynamat is I don't have a lot of experience with it. I know Dynamat, and I know there's some knockoffs. And I also know that for sound deadening, you don't need to put as much Dynamat as everybody puts on there. Everybody wants to just cover the entire thing, and all you really need to do is stop the vibrations in the metal and put strips from some of the larger flat surfaces to some of the bends and twists of the metal, so that you're just stopping the vibration in the metal, and you don't need to blanket the whole thing. Now, for heat issues, maybe blanketing the whole thing is what you want to do. And maybe you consider putting carpet back in there. And I'm sure there's some carpet kits available. There's some really cool, when I was looking into heat solution issues for the exhaust, for the transmission tunnel and everything, there's some really nice, essentially higher grade tinfoil products that stick to the underside of your tub. Got it. So it reflects the heat before it even gets to the tub metal. Sure. Isn't that what Dave put on your in the transmission shifter
tunnel?
boots?
No. Oh. No, it's something else. Got it. I guess another thing you could do is you could wrap your exhaust. That would help a lot. That would help a lot with the heat, and wouldn't improve your sound, wouldn't change your sound, but it would stop the heat
from going up and getting onto the cab.
Yeah, I personally would wrap your exhaust, put some of that heat reflectant under the cab, under the tub, and then whatever you do on the interior of the tub will be more for just sound deadening rather than having to deal with heat on the inside as well.
Yeah,
would be my way to go about it.
Yeah, so. And it's amazing what a carpet kit does, man. Yep. It's that's a sound deadening by itself
for sure.
So
cool. Let's call it there for today.
Sounds good.
We got through 11?
Yeah,
not bad. 10, 11?
10, I think.
Nice. So we'll pick back up and continue this. We might do a regular episode as snail mail just to see if we can get caught up somewhat on voicemails. But anyways, we'll figure it out. You guys keep calling in though. Leave us your feedback. We do love the snail mail episodes and the feedback that you guys have. 916-345-4744 is the phone number to call in and let us know whatever you got going on, whether it's stray cats to modifying NV 4500 bell housings for internal slave cylinders. So
yeah, post up on your socials about that, Kevin. I want to see what you're up to.
It's pretty cool. I think he did. I saw pictures of it somewhere.
I missed it then.
But yeah, it's pretty neat what he did with that bell housing and the slave cylinder and for the throwout bearing. So,
okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think that does it. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll hear from you guys, and we have a fun episode for you on Monday. So stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
The number you have called has been disconnected.